Hey everybody, it's Atheist for the Cause here, and I've got an interesting story for you. CNN is imposing new rules on Russia coverage after another botched story, according to the Daily Caller. Higher-ups at CNN are cracking down after another botched story regarding President Trump and Russia. The network retracted and deleted a story late last week that claimed Anthony Scaramucci, who served on Trump's transition team, was under FBI investigation for a meeting he had with a Russian executive. That story, which was based off of one unnamed congressional source, was false. Oh, what do you know? Another story with another unnamed source was false. No one should publish any content involving Russia without coming to me and Jason, CNN Money executive editor Rich Barberi said in an email obtained by BuzzFeed. This applies to social, video, editorial, and money stream. No exceptions. The Jason referred to in the email is vice president at CNN, according to BuzzFeed. So pretty much anybody who wants to write about Russia and Trump now has to go to either the vice president at CNN or CNN Money executive editor. CNN has had an oftentimes adversarial relationship with the Trump administration, and the president has taken to referring to the network as fake news. Let's go over this a little bit. Trump didn't just call them fake news. He upgraded them, or downgraded them, I guess, to very fake news. And this policy change, I think, proves it. They have been proven so wrong that they have had to make policy changes from the top. Trump is winning so much, and their company is being hurt so badly from their false narratives, from their fake news, that head executives are going through each story individually now. It says the network was forced to rewrite a story earlier this month that claimed former FBI Director James Comey would refute Trump's claim that Comey had informed him 3 separate times that he was not the subject of an FBI investigation. And here's the problem. Some of these claims are so black and white that we can just wait the day or two, and then we see that Comey didn't say what they said was going to happen, and in fact, Comey proved Trump correct. And it says, in fact, Comey's testimony confirmed Trump's account. All 4 bylines, including that of anchor Jake Tapper and chief political analyst Gloria Borger, were originally removed from the rewritten story, but were later added back in after an inquiry from the Daily Caller. So it's kind of interesting because it sounds like they were trying to protect Jake Tapper and Gloria Borger, but they got caught, so then they put them back in. But I'm not sure if it's Borger or Borger, however you say it. But yeah, let's just, how amazing is it? What a world we live in, where CNN has, let's look at all the different narratives we've had. We've had that Trump colluded with Russia, and there hasn't been an investigation into that because there wasn't enough evidence to even create an investigation. We've had, like, Paul Manafort was colluding with Russia. No evidence of that. Corey Lewandowski was allegedly, colluding with Russia. No evidence of that. There was like Jared Kushner, and some of Trump's family was allegedly colluding with Russia. No evidence of that. And setting up that line with Russia, and there was no evidence of wrongdoing there. The one firing they got was Michael Flynn, who took like $35,000 from a Russian surrogate or something like that. And he was cleared by the FBI of wrongdoing. Because, you know, taking money by itself isn't illegal. Unless you're like, you know, taking it for a bribe or something like that. And the amount of money wasn't even very much. It was like $35,000 or something. I mean, a good chunk of change, but it's not like it was $1 million or something. And so we've just had obstruction of justice, the legal version. No evidence of that. And even if there was evidence of that, you couldn't actually prosecute Trump because he's the president. And you can't prosecute the president. The only thing you can do is kick him out for, if you impeach Trump. But that's a politically motivated move, and basically politicians can make anything up and it doesn't prove wrongdoing at all. And there's like basically an obstruction of justice that's a political version of it. And so far, we haven't even seen wrongdoing. We haven't even seen the Democrats be able to prove that. And so there are like all of these different investigations, and there's been no wrongdoing. But on Trump's end, but what did we, see on the Democratic end? Well, we saw Bernie Sanders and Jane Sanders actually get criminally investigated for fraud. Now, I do think that's politically motivated, but that's an actual criminal investigation that's going on. Sally Yates actually broke the law in some ways, and the things she said as well were like they said was evidence against Trump, but it wasn't. But she was like leaking information, I believe. And then you had James Comey, who admitted to leaking information. So that broke the law. You have, effectively, and then there was supposedly the hack into our elections. Well, turns out, by Russia, turns out there was no changing of the votes or anything like that. The only hack into Russia, or into our elections, was into a voter registration bank where effectively nothing was tampered with or anything like that. They just got in. And it's a concern that we have to solve, but this is like nothing that Russia didn't do anything to change the election. And isn't that just kind of amazing? All the stuff that Trump has been blamed for. And what you have is the people blaming him are the ones that are mainly in the wrong. And we know Hillary Clinton had wrongdoing with the DNC in the primaries, and especially where those elections actually were rigged. Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC colluded together, and that's why there were 4 different DNC operatives that were fired. And Project Veritas found all those people admitting to massive voter fraud, where they're taking people around from location to location, voting in multiple states. And it's organized, and it's very advanced, so they can get around any laws. So basically it's to the point where you basically can't catch them, but if you do catch them, you can't really prosecute them. And so the Democrats have been extremely exposed, but the media just will not cover it. And Trump has been extremely vindicated. Oh, and let's not forget, I almost forgot the piss dossier. Which Obama used to spy on American citizens, and it was completely trumped up. The FISA court originally denied the ability to spy on American citizens, and so they went and got this PIS dossier where they claimed Trump had Russian hookers and laid on a bed that Obama once slept on, and the hookers like pissed on it, and he like basically laid on it while they were pissing on it. Yeah, that's what convinced the FISA courts to allow spying, which then led to all these investigations in the House and Congress in general, and it's ridiculous. It's going to take the media a long, long time to recover. I don't think the mainstream media will ever die off, but there are going to be huge changes and a lot of people are going to get fired. But, a lot of the people still have power, but, Fox News, remember Fox News was largely against Trump in the beginning too, and they're cleared out. So CNN's kind of getting cleaned out. The New York Times, was largely misreporting, and their profits took a huge hit. CNN's profits took a huge hit. Fox News is, after getting cleaned out, they're actually recovering now. Their ratings are actually like as high as CNN and MSNBC put together. So the whole draining the swamp, I mean, Trump's actually done some of that. Kind of interesting. But I'll just leave that here. CNN is actually making policy changes. And this may be, this may be the calm before the storm. Don't be surprised if heads start to roll in the not too distant future, because man, Trump is winning so much, I'm almost sick of it. Almost. Have a good one, guys.